Hello, everyone. Welcome on the Accelerate event. My name is Wojtek Wojnar from Optingo company. Optingo is specializing in CRM implementations. But more importantly, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Tomasz Ciborek, our honorable guest for today. Tomasz is a Group Sales Operations Director at Asseco South Eastern Europe, a famous Polish company operating in many parts of the world. But I'd like Tomasz to tell you more about himself, his role, and his company. Tomasz?
Okay, thank you for the introduction. Hello, everybody. Yes, a few words about myself and the company. As Wojtek said, I'm responsible for the sales operations in the group's level. We have a pretty big organization and network in the area which we are focused on, which is Southeastern Europe. So we are one of the biggest IT companies in that region. But although the name didn't change from Southeastern Europe, we are also present in other regions. So at the moment, we are implementing own software solutions and services in the Balkan region, yes, but also Turkey, Spain, Portugal, Andorra, so Latin America, also Slovakia, Czechia, and in general, the Iberia Peninsula. So the company provides basically all types of ICT solutions, for various industries. Our strong, let's say, anchor is in the banking and payment sector, but we have also presence in the so-called system integration area. Since 2009, we are also listed on the stock market in Warsaw. So we are publicly listed. We have around 3,000 people working in 23 countries. So in those countries, more than 10 out of 15 largest banks are our customers. But we're also part of a larger organization group, which is Asseco, based in Poland, which is operating in 5 continents, in 60 countries. Like basically, we're present everywhere, with over 29,000 people worldwide. Yes, so we are, let's say, part of the big Asseco with special focus in our portfolio and in our territory.
I have to say, Tomasz, that this is seriously impressive track record and the company. And of course, you know that everyone in Poland knows your company and your brand. This is really very known and popular company, the place to work for. So we are proud of working with you and for you during the implementations of the new CRM solution, which we're going to talk about. But before the new CRM, I'd like to ask you still about the core, I would say, organizational focus these days. We are seeing so many changes on the market in the last years, I would say, over the last 2 years. What is going on in your company right now? What you're working on from the organizational and business point of view?
Yes, well, it's really difficult question, and probably almost impossible to put it in a few words from my side. The reason is to answer this question, we need to take under the consideration the diversity, geographic diversity, which we're operating in. So like I said, Balkan region, Iberia, Africa, Latam, yes. But also the specific character or situation of the countries, like their IT investment, their availability of competent resources locally, yes, the digitalization level of the countries, the technology adoption. So in general, if I would say what type of market we have in front of us, us as Asseco, is the that we are working with well-advanced countries like Iberia, Portugal and Spain, but also less developed countries. And in that case, I have a deja vu. Yes, when I was working in Poland 15 years ago, for example, where we were also focusing, our customers were focusing more on the core systems to provide the basic functionality that they need to manage their business, like ERPs, like core banking systems, financial systems and things like that. So this is the situation we have in some of the countries. And this is a very good experience, yes, of transferring our know-how, our experience, and our mistakes we made back then, and help the countries to transform, to go through the digital transformation, let's say, path. I think all of the countries, everybody is on top of this trend, and this can only ensure the competitive edge on the market of the companies, but also better customer experience, wider geography reach, and so on. Yes.
I have to say that from what you just described, working with such different countries is just an enormous challenge. So having the offer that addresses all those different needs on those different markets and the processes that supports that is not an easy job.
Yes.
And that takes me to the next question. And actually the context is very interesting because I guess our viewers can imagine that Optingo was involved in helping you implement the new CRM solution. And I'm mentioning that because actually I remember exactly 1 year ago when we were completing our negotiations for the implementation of the new CRM solution. Can you tell us more about the drivers? What took you to decide about replacing your CRM solution, because you had a CRM solution in the past, of course, as well?
Yeah. Yes. One of the drivers was, of course, the technology layer, because we were using a very old CRM, well-known brand, but old version of CRM. And yes, this is something which was, let's say, the spark to consider migrating to a new CRM, especially that the technology went very fast forward. And in Asseco, specifically, a CRM is basically let's call it second most important business management tool, yes, for the company, besides the financial system. So being a stock listed company, we have pretty strict obligations on reporting, on presenting our financial standing and the business outlook. Yes. So besides this, and besides the technology aspect, we also needed a reliable tool to keep the pace with our fast-growing and changing needs. So that is the reason for choosing a cloud and a flexible technology, which is underlined with no-code approach. Yes, but we have also a complex reporting process running throughout the organization. As you can probably imagine, due to the different cultures, mixture of companies that are, let's say, associated or part of Asseco, this is a big challenge to have a common market approach, a common approach to the regulatory aspects, which are changing very often. So Asseco invest into new areas. Also, we are pretty much into mergers and acquisitions of new companies, new technologies, but also organic growth. And this inspires constant change in our organization. We know exactly what we need from the business side. So we were looking for a solution that could accommodate that by as little development efforts as possible, and open for easy adoption further and changes as we grow. With the legacy system, we had like so many customizations that to change one element, we practically had to rewrite the code, yes, to just have a small change, yes. So we believe that our choice for Creatio covers the most important aspects of low-code systems that can bring many advantages to the organization, but also giving a specific business application foundation like CRM in our case, and low code, which allows us to do things faster, but also gives us the chance to grow and leverage on the investment.
Now that you have already an experience of, because we are already in production with a new solution, with a new no-code Creatio platform, how would you compare this working with Creatio low-code platform versus the previous system? You already touched upon this a bit in your comments, but maybe you already have some other observations, having worked already on the platform for a couple of weeks, right?
Yes. Well, you know, it was easy and simple from one side, but during the whole process, during the whole project, yes, challenges appeared. Yes, from one side, I think something which worked in our favor is that we are an implementation partner and technology company for our customers. Yes, so we know what a project is all about. Yes, but still there are many approaches to this. Yes, so I see among our customers also where they are, you know, trying to catch up with the digital transformation hype on the market, you know, with the trends, and just to find temporary solutions that would, you know, address their tactical and short-term gaps, or would keep them up to speed with competition and the trends. Yes, but what is very important, and I think we try to also convince our customers to, and ourselves, is to see this transformation as a strategic placement of technology solutions inside the organization to cover long-term initiatives. So not by silos, but end-to-end. Yes, and I think applying a no-code PPM and specifically here CRM approach, like we have from Creatio, we can easily focus more on business processes, on the customer needs, strategic decisions and directions of the company, you know, consolidating the silos and adoption, and making sure that the adoption of the solution goes through the whole organization. And in the back, we have the technology, which is, you know, just giving this this opportunity, this challenge, this chance to live up to the challenge. Yes.
Talking
so,
about,
yes. So just to like wrap up very quickly, it's all about the mindset. Yes, and we of course have to work on the mindset, our own mindset. Yes, but also work on the mindset of our customers, so that they look at such implementations from the big picture perspective, not ad hoc needs and short-term benefits. Yes, it's all about helping your customer or your organization understand that you have to together take the journey, not just a hike or a walk around the corner. Yes, I think you as our implementation partner did a good job here. Yes.
Thank you, Tomasz. That's very important for us. And believe me, it was not easy in the beginning of the project, because we had also our own, I would say, questions and challenges working for you, such a prime company on the market, being basically a leader in the IT services and software production. It is not an easy, because you basically can judge us very well yourself. So that was a challenge, obviously. And the second part of that challenge was the complexity of your company. So you mentioned that already, so many countries, so many cultures, so many processes, CRM being the glue, one of the basic foundational processes in the company. So critical for the company. So that was really something that we were thinking a lot and discussed a lot internally before the beginning of the project. But with you, with your team, and your understanding of this, what needs to be done, that we done it together. So that was really a very interesting journey.
I really appreciate it. Also, we, as an effect of this implementation and your help, we are also benefiting in other areas, yes, and this is very important because we have a more flexible and adaptable, let's say, solution, yes, ready to grow with our organization, simple to use and simple to expand, but also it's a relief for us to some extent that with this technology, no-code technology, we can practically also realign our resources. Yes, for example, now with Creatio solution, I can let's say ask or train our CRM business analyst, in a let's say in the low-code area use concept, yes, and with some basic training and support, he himself or she, in this case, herself can start at least from simple, but then more complex procedures, processes to build on top of what we have. This is also considered as a development and empowerment of employees internally. So I see this platform also as a way to motivate the employees. So it's not a Pandora box only for coders, but business people can also have their say in the development of this solution. So last but not least, also a very big plus is the speed of go-to-market, which we have. I mean, if we would want to, let's say, improve what we had before, it wouldn't take a few months, it would take a few years probably.
It's absolutely amazing what you said, because this is the main promise of the low-code world to the businesses around the globe. And it's amazing that you're just basically confirming this promise, making happening, right, with a project like this. So that's great to hear, because we're also observing that with the other clients. But you're probably the best example of that, because this such a large project and the big complexity delivered in such a short time is just amazing. But with your understanding now of the low-code, do you think that the low-code will also change the way you approach your business and the business opportunities on your end? Do you think that this low-code revolution is going to impact more businesses widely that you're working with?
Of course, and that's something like I mentioned. First thing, it will impact the adoption rate and let's say lower the barrier, technology barrier for employees. Yes, so basically more people from the business can be let's say engaged in developing the solution further. On top of that, right now, I'm more than happy to switch those developers or coders that we had up to now supporting our previous CRM solution to projects which bring revenue, which bring specific income for the company. Yes, so revenue driven activities, not a back office and back end for us. So yeah, it's pretty important to acknowledge that low code will be having a larger and larger footprint. in the industry. This footprint will help, for example, companies like you and your company, or us a company, in taking the dialogue with the customer a step further, yes, or focusing more on the business aspects, on the strategies, on the procedures, processes inside, and optimizing them instead of focusing on okay, can we do it in the existing platform? What are the limitations? What do we have to do from scratch? And what can we do from out of the box, or almost out of the box? Yes.
So this sounds like a real revolution we're experiencing, because this happens not every year, but now I believe, being on the market as you for some years already, we can actually confirm that this is really a revolution going on. We could probably continue this conversation for lots more time, but I guess our time is just about to be finished. So I want to thank you very much for your insights and sharing your experiences from implementation of the CRM low-code solution with us. I'd like to thank our viewers, and with this, I'd like to hand over back to Creatio. Thank you.
Thank you very much.